Bro, I did not need to see this. I'm gonna be honest. I know that people thought that the last episode went too far with Huey. I just did not need to see what came out of this man. It went on too long. I did not like when he got killed and the blood went into the web. It just didn't need to see any of it. I'm just being for real, for real. No cap on a stack, you know what I mean? The Boys, episode 7, right? Episode 7. This is the penultimate episode of the season. Next episode is the last one. I believe they call those the season finale. It was a good episode. I will say, where we're at right now, my one major criticism so far is that it really does feel like a filler season. In some ways, like obviously we're still getting character development and whatnot, and but it's like we're obviously building to like the war, like the final conflict. It's heating up. It's Du Bois versus Vought. Like finally, it's happening, and it's been like that for this entire season. And you just know that next episode is just going to end on a big cliffhanger. That's gonna be teasing the big final showdown. So I'm expecting next season to be be great, and I think season 4 will end up being remembered as like, yeah, that was a filler one. So we'll see what they do next episode. But get on to this one. So I liked what they did with Ryan this episode. You know, he finally realized that he's he's having to give like propaganda and whatnot. I thought that the soup puppets were kind of cute. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, I thought at the end of the episode when he was like, he kind of had like a Starlight moment, if you remember in the first season when Starlight was like, that guy raped me. And yes, I thought that was cute. I like that he was inspired by Butcher's gift of a picture of his mom and his bulldog. Did the bulldog ever die? I feel like they just forgot that the bulldog existed. I don't think he died, right? I don't know. I don't remember if they ever definitively said. Oh wait, no, he gave him to somebody, right? Never mind. I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was cute. So I'm sure home. Oh man, I feel like something's dark is gonna happen in the next episode. Like either Homelander is gonna like beat him or something, or I don't know. I'm a little scared about what's gonna happen to Ryan, but yeah, we'll have to wait until next episode. I thought this scene was also kind of interesting when Annie's mom was like, Annie, your whole abortion thing is kind of killing the vibes. Like my Christian homies don't want to hang out with me anymore. You're supposed to be an example for all the little girls out there that like abortion is not cool and whatever and whatnot. And you know, Anna was like, Mom, that's my business. It's not your business. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Well, it wasn't funny. I don't know why I said that. I don't know what I'm saying, bro. But yeah, it was a good scene. Butcher, you know, tripping balls. Still got this guy running around. No, what's her name? His wife. I'm forgetting her name. She didn't show up at all. So I wonder if this means that this guy is like slowly taking over. I don't know. Well, this episode like kind of indicates that my like prediction in the last episode was wrong, where I kind of predicted that Butcher was going to like break bad and decide to basically start the soup genocide. And I mean, I appreciate that this episode we have Jeffrey Dean Morgan, you know, kind of being like the Joker from Arkham Knight, being like, we know you want to kill all the soups. We know you don't actually care about Kimiko and Starlight and whatnot. You know, which I think we've always known, but it's nice to have that like actually confirmed. So yeah, we'll see. I still could be right, but I also could be wrong. But let's hope that I'm right. My camera is moving because my dog, or I mean the dog that I'm watching, moved the tripod, which is cringe. You're cringe. You hear me? Okay. We also got the big soup fight. I thought this was pretty entertaining. You know, it ain't no Homelander versus Butcher and the what's his name again? The Captain America wannabe guy. It ain't no season 3 finale, you know, but it was still pretty good. It was still pretty fun. We got to see Starlight beat her assaulter, which is satisfying. You know what I mean? That's pretty satisfying. It's interesting because so I guess Starlight's powers haven't been completely taken away, so like she still has some super strength. I'm assuming she's not as strong as she used to be because I feel like they indicated at least that she could have beaten the Deep when she's at full power, but when she's nerfed here, she can't really beat the Deep. A-Train has to step in and help, and they get the upper hand. Yeah, I guess speaking of A-Train, I forgot to get a picture of him. But yeah, speaking of A-Train, I thought that his whole thing here is cute, where he had to inspire Marvin. I didn't realize that his name was Marvin. Did they ever reveal that? I noticed that his ex-wife was calling him Marvin. Did we know that his name was Marvin? I don't know. But yeah, like A-Train having to inspire him this time, I thought was really cute. I like that he addressed the moment where he saved the kid, or where he saved Marvin and then the kid saw it, which is a little bit weird. So like, are we meant to believe that like that they don't save kids, or that they don't like actually save people, and that it's all manufactured? I don't think that's true. Like that is kind of weird writing there, where it's like you're telling me that that they just don't like save actual people, like save people actually, and that he doesn't get that kind of look from civilians, and that he never realized like the satisfaction that would bring him. I don't know. I did think that was a little weird, but it was still cute that that him and Marvin have a bit of a bond. So I think that's cute. They introduced a new villain this week. It's like Mystique with extra steps. It's like, yeah, so we're gonna have her be Mystique, but she has to like. So I guess she's more like a chameleon, right? Or like a snake, maybe. Yeah, I guess like a snake chameleon hybrid, where it's like she touches somebody and she's gonna like transform into them, but she has to peel her skin. She has to shed her skin, and then underneath it is like the person that she's transforming into. It's very gross, as the boys do that sort of thing. They tend to be gross. So I thought that was cool. That was cute. Well, not cute. It was gross, but I thought it was a cool concept. It led to this. Can we stop having Huey get sexually assaulted? Why? It's so. Oh my god. Well, you know, I wouldn't even necessarily have a problem with it, because here's the interesting thing. Last episode, I talked about how I found all of what was going on with Huey to be like really horrifying, and I thought that's how I interpreted it. I didn't think it was funny or the show well, it was obviously trying to be extreme, but I thought underlying the extremeness was like a horrifying situation, right? Then I read an interview with the showrunner Eric Kripke, where the interviewer was like, damn, that was like a really horrifying scene where like Huey is getting graped, as I hear YouTubers say graped, so I don't know if I shouldn't say what the actual word. I don't know how YouTube works, okay? And then the showrunner, he like responded being like, oh, well, that's a dark way to spin it. We thought it was funny. And I was like, what? Because I'm like, I feel like that's not how it was executed. I feel like it was executed in a way that it was supposed to be like a really horrifying situation. And then you have the end of the episode where Huey breaks down crying. I don't. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, are we not supposed to feel is this not supposed to be a horrifying situation where Huey's getting technically graped? Or is this another Wonder Woman 1984 situation where like they just have Wonder Woman graping a man. Well, I mean, obviously it's supposed to be bad because it's because they like she like kidnapped Starlight or whatever, but it's just weird. Because it's well, so here's the thing. Normally, I would watch this and I would be like, "Oh, this isn't bad. This is actually like this is a good twist." And Huey's going through it this season, and I'm like, I feel bad for him. But it's weird because I don't know if that's the intention of the show. I don't know. I don't know how to process all of this. But yeah. Speaking of Huey, he goes and he meets Victoria Newman. He's like, "Hey, you're going down a dark path. Here are some chips. This will be sure to convince you. Stop eating whatever healthy food rich people eat." Victoria Newman is like, "Nah, I'm bad. Okay, I am going to put the soups in internment camps, or the humans in internment camps, or whatever." So yeah, Victoria Newman. I don't know. I feel like she probably will have. I feel like she will turn good at some point, right? I would assume. I feel like it, but maybe she won't. Maybe she'll commit. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I think she'll be good by the end. I think she'll have a moment where she's like, "Damn, we probably shouldn't be doing this." But at the same time, if I remember in Gen V, I'm trying to remember. I feel like does she not have a sense of soup superiority as well? I feel like she might, right? I think she did. So I don't know. I might have to rewatch that last episode of Gen V, but I feel like when she was when she was trying to like groom, that might be an extreme word, but groom the main character from Gen V, I feel like part of it was like, "Hey, we're soups and we're like the best." So it'll be interesting. Also, I'm waiting because they revealed that the main character from Gen V, because she has like blood bending from Avatar, where she revealed that she has the same superpower as Victoria Newman. So I wonder if we're ever gonna see Victoria Newman like cutting people up with blood. That would be fun if they ever did that. Okay. I guess last thing. Well, no, not last thing. We have Kimiko and Frenchie. They reunited. I don't know. I feel like Frenchie's whole storyline here wasn't handled the best because it's like it just didn't have his They have him leave the show, but his absence doesn't end up really having that much weight. Although I guess it did get us to reveal just how much Kimiko depended on him. So I guess I mean that does do its own thing, but Frenchie's absence didn't ultimately have any like dire consequences for the team because it's like the next episode he's just like, "Yep, I'm back." So I feel like I don't know. I feel like there should have been something that went wrong in a mission where Frenchie would have been needed, and I feel like that would have made him leaving the team feel a bit more impactful. But Kimiko and Frenchie they reunite and they're like, "Hey," or she's like, "Hey, just so you know, I have a fucked life too. You could have come to me and I could have helped you." So that was cute, but it did lead to them losing Sahir. There's also that gnarly moment where he injects her with the soup virus, and it definitely starts to work, like fucking immediately, by the way. And then he escapes, and then they chop off her leg. So very, very fortuitous that she was the one that got injected, because she can just regenerate her leg. So yeah, I thought that all was good. It'll be interesting to see if Sahir like goes to Victoria Newman and tells her what's going on. I imagine that's probably gonna happen, or will they be able to get back to her at some point? This was sad, wasn't it? The Deep killed his girl. It's like, damn. He was like, "I like her better. I got a new baddie. I don't need you anymore." Yeah, and he just like he straight up kills her. Just like, bro, just like break up and throw her in the ocean. Why are you doing this? This is so unnecessary. Like he could have just been like, yeah, or one of them should have ended the relationship. But yeah, that was sad, I guess. Then Sage, she gets fired because Homelander finally got sick of her. Got got sick of her like stopping him doing what she wants to do, which is what she predicted, by the way. So that comes to fruition. Is she out of the show? Is she out of play? Probably not. I mean, I assume she hired Mystique with extra steps. So I don't know. I assume she's still gonna try to do something. Maybe she'll switch over to the boys' side. Maybe I could see that happening. But yeah, it is funny that Firecracker has mommied her way to the top, I guess we'll say. And she's now Homelander's right-hand man. Although they kind of like mess up by sending the Deep and A-Train after the boys. So that's interesting. Oh yeah, this scene was funny when they're just like broing with each other. I do think that their relationship is kind of cute, to be honest. And then they find out that Sage has been doing it with both of them. And the Deep reveals, or the Deep learns that not only was she cheating on him with Black Noir, but that she doesn't need to lobotomize herself to be into him, because she just legitimately is into him, which is very funny. But yeah, overall good episode. Hopefully the season finale is like really strong. But I do think at the end of the day, overall, when we look back at the season, I do think it will feel like a bit of a filler one. But I think what makes it feel okay for me is that I know that next season is going to be the finale. So like if I didn't know that it was going to end with season 5, I think I would have been leaving this episode going like, oof. Kind of feels like The Boys is going on for too long. Kind of feels like they're maybe running out of things to do, maybe. Like running out of moments to feel like super impactful. But I'm okay with this being a bit of an off season. In terms of, I don't know, like I said, feeling super impactful. If knowing that next season is going to be the finale, and I think they're going to go all out next season, which hopefully is great. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode or for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.